Okay, so today we are headed to Brick Lane to pick up an idli maker. So idli is something that I've wanted to make for a really long time now. It's like a fermented, kind of like lentil and rice bread, steamed bread. So it's usually made in these metal tray things. So today I am going, oh look, there's like lingonberries. So today we're gonna go pick them up. Okay, I think this is what I'm looking for. I kind of washed it out already and then it dried. So, yeah, we have this. So I have my idli rice. I think next time what I want to do is I want to try to use brown short grain, but I know it's parboiled, so I think maybe I need to cook it first, but then because there's going to be a lot of moisture, I don't know how this is going to work. Cook it first and then maybe like dehydrate it so that it's actually properly like the idli rice, and then maybe do like a more, you know, brown rice, whatever version. Slash, I could also try it with, because it looks, if you see, it looks a lot like short grain, just like short grain, like maybe like Japanese rice. Does that focus? Okay. So this, the idli rice, and then I'm making another substitution, first time making something. And I changed the entire recipe. So this, I have some urid dal right here. Urid dal actually is probably, it's my favorite dal because when you cook it, sorry, this is at a slant. When you cook it, it like doesn't soften at all. It's not like mung beans, or it's not like red lentils, but like it keeps its shape. So you either A, have to forever cook it long, or B, accept that it's kind of like a hardier type lentil, and it really adds a lot of texture to your thing. So I have these split. The ones that I have always seen for idli recipes, like they don't have the shells on them anymore. I don't know, I kind of wanted some of the skin to be on because it's more nutritious that way. But then actually when I read a blog somewhere, a person had said traditionally that including the split version and then having the outside is better because it's yet another opportunity to introduce like different yeast to the mix, because that's apparently really important. And then so I'll be, I don't know, soaking these first, I guess. So yeah, we'll try that first. So we're gonna start off by soaking the dal and the rice for about 4 to 5 hours, making sure to wash it afterwards, and then we're going to put it into the blender with right around a half a cup of water, because they both should have picked up some water during the soaking, and after it becomes a batter we can thin it out as we wish. So this is ground fenugreek, which has this kind of, it's like a really nice medicinal herbal flavor to it, which I really like, but it depends. And then someone actually said with the electric mixer, it does get warm. And they said that if it gets too hot, it might kill off some of the yeast or like the bacteria that lets this thing bubble up. And so I think if it does get too hot, I mean, this is a little bit warm, it's okay, but I could see it getting really hot. You might just want to do an old trick, is to just stick an ice cube in there and then have that blend. And that's like something that bakeries do, where when you mix dough and you don't want it to get too warm and over fermented, you just stick an ice cube in it. So half a cup of water is what you need, and I think it's a little bit like this, but I think you could probably add water to it as you see fit. So what I'm just doing now is running my hands and fingers through it, because this is supposed to help with the natural fermentation. I mean, obviously there's yeast from the dal, there's probably some yeast from the rice, there's some yeast from the fenugreek as well. And then now some yeast from my hands. I wanted you to see this now because overnight I think the temperature was just too cold and it hardly did anything. And then I took it out because now it's a little bit warmer. And I just left it out for an additional, like, I think it's been 6 hours. So, and then I stuck it in the oven for a bit. That's why there's maybe a little bit of heat. So, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of foam going on. So I think keep it like that now, but I think if you had like a yogurt maker, this might be a good one to use it on, because I think it needs to be quite warm.
these turned out so well. It was my first time making it then, and since then I've made it about 4 times. I'm so surprised at the texture because it is like bread. It is really, it is very much like bread. And at that time I wasn't able to have like yeasted breads, and natural yeast was fine, but these were soft. Like they almost taste cake-like in texture. It's like half bread, half cake. I love that little bit of fenugreek. It's delicious. I forgot to say that I added about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt to these. So I hope you all definitely try making it. This was a very new recipe for me, and I have come to love idlis since. And you can add them to, you know, like different curries and sauces, and really anything that you would want to dip bread into.